tits or an ass kind of guy?
I'm more of a tits guy. What about you?
I don't, I kind of just, it's like picking a favorite song. How do you choose, really?
Yeah, I mean, and being one or the other.
I don't know why there has to be such a war, Why does that have to be tits or ass? Why can't it be both?
Yeah, there's definitely an appreciation for both, but I think most people just have a preference, right?
I guess. I don't think I do.
Okay. Oh, well, look at you. You're so sophisticated. You don't have a preference of tits versus ass.
I really don't, I really don't. I like to think I'm a very inclusive person. I love all genders, all races, and all beautiful parts of a woman's body.
Okay. Well, there you go. Cool. I'm a tit guy, I guess.
Well, I guess you're probably also a racist.
Apparently. Is that how this works? Is there like a direct correlation?
I mean, clearly you have prejudices.
Right, obviously. Oh man. What's going on with you?
I mean, I'm horny apparently. What about you?
I'm glad I'm not horny right now. That would make for a real weird podcast. Just living this day-to-day game of weather that Mother Nature likes to play out here in Michigan. We went from like snowstorm over the weekend to like everything warmed up and it was like 50 and everything melted to it being back to like freezing cold again and everything in between like every other day. So
Sounds miserable.
Yeah, it's been goofy for like a solid week and a half or so of like back and forth every day. But
we've had a cold couple of days here.
Really? What like 40 degrees?
No, it did. It got below freezing for the first time, like pretty much since that snowstorm I told you about.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. At our morning meeting at the store, the general manager warned everybody about ice on the parking lot.
Oh, honey, that's cute.
I know, right?
Oh, be careful, because it's 32 degrees. There could be ice out there.
I mean, it's at least slightly valid. Like we don't toss salt everywhere around here, so
right. No, I got it. Yeah, just for us, like that's such a goofy thing to say.
Yeah, no, it felt goofy for me, and it was funny too because like one of our cooks, I came upstairs to the kitchen and there was like salt all over the floor, and I was like, "Did you spill? What happened?" And he goes, "Oh no, there was some oil that got on the ground, so I tossed down some salt to like." Make sure that it didn't get slippery. And he started explaining how it makes it more abrasive so it doesn't get slippery, And I was like, don't worry, bro. I'm from Michigan. I know.
You're like, I get how salt makes things less slippery. I understand.
Yeah, I'm well aware. Look at all the rust on my car. I understand.
Oh man, that's funny. Oh, so I got something to update you on. So very back in the wee beginnings of this podcast.
You said wee.
I did. In the wee beginnings of this podcast, episode 1, in fact, we talked about sleepovers. And we talked about adults having sleepovers and what sleepovers were like as kids. And we also brought up what do kids these days eat at sleepovers? Because we had said like we had like Mountain Dew and stuff, but now like there's like energy drinks are a thing when those weren't really like much of a thing when we were like little kids. So a coworker of mine last week had mentioned yeah, I gotta stop by this account. After I pick up my kid from school, I'll be in there writing an order, but he can't complain too much because I'm buying him stuff for his sleepover. And I was like, what? Do I have intel?
Time to do some investigating.
Yeah, I was like, do I have some intel into an actual real like American sleepover in the year 2022? And I, in fact,
so you busted out the ghillie suit.
Yeah.
Busted out the ghillie suit and the long range binoculars and the night vision goggles and
yep.
Spied on some kids like you do.
So I asked like, oh, what kind of stuff did you buy? And he said Mountain Dew, Sour Patch Kids, Entenmann's chocolate covered donuts, a giant pack of Cheeto Puffs, and he said, and I'm sure pizza.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we got.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I asked how old he is, and he said he was 15. So that sounds about right. And he also has a teenage daughter, and I was like, huh. We weren't sure what teenage daughter sleepovers were like, and he's like, well, you know, they're a little more health conscious now. Veggie trays, boom chicka pop popcorn, fruit, LaCroix. So it is kind of what we imagined it would be like.
What's the point of a sleepover if you aren't unreasonably unhealthy?
Right? The only other
Jeez, step it up, ladies.
The only other intel that I got on real sleepovers these days is I said something like, "Oh, I'm sure they're going to be up playing video games," and he said, "Oh yeah, 2K basketball and Halo Infinite." So apparently those were the games on the docket for that evening.
Man, that is very classic. You know, kids my age played Halo and like sports games too.
Right?
Like Halo especially, like NBA is like fuck whatever. But like Halo especially, that was big when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I played Halo when I was a kid. I didn't even like Halo.
There you go. See, sleepovers apparently never change. Shitty junk food and video games. That's the key.
Man, that's great. When I was a kid, Sean and I used to play Halo on our sleepovers, and we always neither one of us were very good at it, but we came up with our own like phrases for like certain things that would happen in the game that definitely nobody else uses.
Okay.
Like it was a weirdly common occurrence in Halo for like both of us to kill each other at the same time. So like, you know, just somehow our attacks would overlap, so we'd both die at the same time. We called that a bitch slap because no one really won in that situation.
Right. Okay, I gotcha. That's a good one. Oh,
Huh.
Oh man. I got something. This has kind of been evolving over the past couple days. And I was gonna bring it up when we recorded on our normal time, and there's been more to the saga, so it actually gets a little bit better. So this is a relative of mine. It's I guess it's my dad's cousin's wife, and I had just noticed a post from her on Facebook, the Facebook. This was on February 17th. It said, her post said, "Can't get on Facebook." And I was like, this is real goofy. This is such like stereotypical like boomer thing to do wrong. And then
For sure.
And then I started looking, and like all of her posts for like a week or two have been really strange. Like there was one that just said, "Not a bad halftime, enjoyed the show," which I find it very hard that she would have enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show. Then there was one that just said, "Prayers to David." can't get on Facebook.
Who the fuck is David?
I don't know. Nobody was tagged. There was can't get on Facebook. Happy birthday, Christian. Have a great day. Again, no one tagged. And then the last two are really throwing me. One says, getting to be a big boy.
What?
And then 2 days ago, there was a post that just says, me. So I can't tell. I can't tell if it's like boomer being a boomer on Facebook or if like
there's some secret code you're just not understanding.
Yeah, or like if she got hacked by like some sort of hacker that just does stereotypical boomer posts so that no one catches on to anything.
That'd be an interesting development.
Oh, yeah. So I thought that was super funny. Oh, boomer's gonna boom. Am I right?
I started slowly going through, because like I mentioned previously on the podcast at some point, I've had I've had my Instagram for a very, very long time, and I have not removed a lot of posts. So you can still go back like really far into like my high school days and find some really embarrassing shit.
Okay.
And recently I was on a call with somebody and they went all way back on my Instagram and started looking at some really embarrassing shit, and I didn't like it. So I've started making the slow, painful process of going through all of my old Instagram posts and archiving any one of them that I don't want people to see, which is approximately 75% of them where I'm currently at in like 2012 to 14.
Okay.
And like, Jesus Christ, I don't know what the fuck kind of shit past Mack was on, really.
Right. God, looking back at on yourself as like a teenager, you're like, what the hell was I thinking?
You're lucky you grew up in a time when like social media wasn't nearly as much of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it really wasn't.
Like I'm all out there. I've got like me trying to get over high school girlfriends, and it's so painful to look at because it's just like, bro, you dated her for like 2 weeks. That wasn't even a relationship. What are you so upset about?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah. I guess in that sense, you're right. I guess lack of social media probably is a good thing. Because all we really had back then was like Messenger, like either like AIM or something like that. And that was just chat. That wasn't like,
yeah, that didn't get saved.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you
can't look back at the history of the girlfriend leaderboards.
Right. Yeah, I mean, those just got posted.
But goddamn, I wish we could.
Yeah, those just got posted weekly. Too bad we don't have any proof of that. But oh damn, what a good week it was when you were at the top. Isn't that how it always is?
Oh, I definitely I can relate to that, and was not very uncomfortable with women in my younger years.
Oh yeah, I think 99% of guys are at some point. They're just women are the unknown, you know? You don't know what you're doing.
Some of us still are.
well, yeah, true. Yeah, but especially as kids, God, yeah, we were so stupid.
Yeah, I'm still kind of stupid, but I'm not nearly as stupid as I was then.
Exactly. You've picked up some knowledge along the way. Whatever that's worth, but it gets you somewhere, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of in-depth knowledge about the hentai industry.
You do. And that's helped you out greatly with women, correct?
No comment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just take that as a big fat yes.
I cannot disclose my skills.
Oh man. I had a goofy dream the other night.
You had a dream about Goofy?
I did.
I have those a lot too, and I don't know how to feel about them. Like, a lot of them are really sexual.
Yeah. Yeah, is there like a Disney form of hentai where they're all Disney characters?
Mike, please tell me you've heard of Rule 34.
What? No, that's a thing?
Oh my god, dude. Rule 34 is an internet rule. It is if something exists, there is porn of it. No exception.
Okay. I gotcha. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen ads for like cartoon porn, but I didn't know if there was like a specific Disney demographic.
No, there's just kind of an everything there's porn of everything demographic, and I 2000% guarantee there is Disney porn. Not even just of like the popular characters. If you find like the unknown characters that hardly anybody actually knows the name of, there's porn of them somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're right. Yeah, we've reached a porn saturation to where everything has been made into porn.
There are memes about like a new series getting released and like Rule 34 artists like faster than light creating porn out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful age we live in.
It really is. Who would have thought this was possible?
Yeah. Back in the day, we thought we would have flying cars and teleportation. Little did we know that we would actually have infinite amounts of porn of everything imaginable.
Available at your fingertips at any moment in time, no matter where you're at.
What our forefathers would have given to be a part of this age.
Seriously. Oh man. It really is a great time to be alive. People say the world's going to shit, but it's the small things you really gotta be thankful for.
Yeah, I mean, Russia's invading Ukraine, World War III is on the cusp, but there's goofy porn somewhere, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's your take on the whole thing with Goofy and Pluto? Because Goofy's a dog.
It is weird. It's weird.
Goofy's a dog, and he's like best friends with Mickey, but Pluto's a dog, and he's Mickey's dog, like his pet.
It's very strange. It's like they live in a universe where like Darwinism. It's you know what? Now I think about it, it's not unlike humans now compared to chimps. Like we had a common ancestor, and one of us, grew our frontal lobes and built a society and created structures and inventions and our created entertainment and stuff like that. And the other branch is invading Ukraine right now.
Right.
So I imagine it's something like that. Like there's a weird Darwinism thing where there's one branch of dogs that grew into like bipedal I'm gonna say semi-intelligent because we all know Goofy's a dumb motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bipedal semi-intelligent dogs who wear clothes and go on dates. And then there's the still quadruped domesticated dogs who are, servants to man.
Right.
I think that's got to be the answer.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense because nothing else makes sense. If not, it's really fucked up that like, Mickey's got his one dog friend that he's cool to hang out and be his friend with, but then the other one he treats like a pet. Like
It's still kind of weird because if we link it back to what we were saying before, it's kind of like when people own chimps as like pets.
Yeah.
Like that's weird and that's weird and kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad for Pluto in that situation. He's always getting yelled at for doing dog things, and here's Goofy being that dumb motherfucker screwing up the same thing, and he doesn't get yelled at.
Flying airplanes into barns and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Flying airplanes into barns. That sounds like a Goofy thing to do.
Oh, it absolutely is. I remember my grandparents had a VHS tape with an episode on it with that happening, and we would watch it on road trips because they had one of those fancy vans that had a VHS tape or a VHS player or VCR. That's what it's called.
Is it also one where Goofy flies into like a clothesline and gets a bunch of clothes stuck to his face so he can't see?
That sounds correct. I don't remember. I know there was on that same tape or on a similar, or actually they had multiple tapes, so it may have been a different tape, but they also had like one where he goes on a date. So that's what I was referencing there.
Right. When you said he's being all goofy going out on dates and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Goofy's doing well for himself though, like considering he's only semi-intelligent. I don't know. Seems like he's got his life together. He had a kid at some point, right? Max.
Yeah, dude, those the Goofy movies were so good.
Yeah, I remember like the first Goofy movie. They made more than one though, didn't they?
Yeah, there's the one where he's in high school and they go on a road trip and he like at the end is like part of a concert with his favorite musician. And then there's another one where Max goes to college and then Goofy goes to college and ends up fucking one of his professors.
What?
You don't remember that? He like gets married to one of his professors at the end of the movie.
No, I never saw that one. Oh
yeah, and there's
oh my god. No, I saw
and there's Max has that one like super stoner friend who's like he's just like a stoner dude in the high school one, but in the college one he like joins like the artistic crowd and becomes like a slam poet.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I know the kid you're talking about. Oh fuck.
God, those movies were just gold.
Oh,
they would not make a movie. They would not make a character like that today. They would not make a character that is essentially just a reference to stoner culture.
Yeah, well, because in the first one, doesn't he like have like a can of like spray cheese?
Yeah, the spray cheese is his joint.
Yeah, and he's like, it's the Leaning Tower of Cheese.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, yep. Oh
God, those movies are fucking legendary, bro.
I gotta watch that second one. Damn.
I don't like remember it super well. I definitely remember the first movie much better than the second one, but like the second one is like weird. Like there's like a whole training montage where like Goofy gets strong. No. It's a training montage like out of Rocky. It's like parodying that, but it's him getting smart in time for a test with the professor that he ends up fucking. Or maybe she's a librarian. Now that they think about it, she might be a librarian. I don't remember.
Oh, well, and then this is all just plot for the porn.
Yeah, they just created fodder for Rule 34.
Goofy hooks up with the librarian.
Yeah, totally. And he like keeps embarrassing Max by like he like tries to revert into what he was like in college, but he's such a boomer that he still thinks like, oh, it's all like disco culture. So he sort of like shows up to class wearing an afro and shit.
Oh, geez.
God, I have much more vivid memories of that movie than I thought.
Nice. Oh God, I haven't thought about those in a while. Oh, this is why this podcast is great, because I normally wouldn't have thought about that kind of thing.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen them in years, but I gotta watch those again. They were beautiful movies.
Yeah. Yeah,
But anyway, we were gonna talk about your wet dream about Goofy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. God, so wet.
Sopping.
just soaking. Anyway, so this is fairly common for people to have dreams where they're falling, right?
In love with Goofy? Absolutely.
Yes, we all have those dreams. And like I'll have falling dreams, but they're not the kind where most people have, like where they like wake up before they hit the ground. I usually just end up in some sort of like Superman jump, or like something catches me or something like that. But I never have one where I'm actually like in danger of hitting the ground. Except the other day I was taking a nap and it wasn't even like falling far. I had a dream that I was tripping, that I was carrying Lillian from outside, and I tripped on the sidewalk. And as I was like falling in my dream, I like woke up as like my body was doing like a full body like kick to try to like save myself from falling. It was super goofy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did
Yes.
you like wake up and kick your bed sheets up?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It was like foot out the side of the bed, but yeah, same thing. So I thought that was a goofy dream that I had recently.
Wow, I just realized, like, I thought back to the origin of this conversation. When you said goofy, you meant like silly, and I just connected it to Disney, which turned into us talking about internet porn, and then the Goofy movies, and then circled back to just a dream about you falling.
Yep.
This show is weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. This is a joke that I think you'll appreciate. I was watching GMM the other day, and they were doing like a skit, and they had one character playing like he was playing like a Zoomer, and I don't know how much of it was a skit and how much of it was like just ad-libbed, but the Zoomer says to him, "Are you going to E10 this year?" And one of the guys says, "What's E10?" The Zoomer says, "E10 these nuts."
E10 these nuts.
Got him. I thought that was super funny. I love.
Yep, that's a classic.
I love that they dropped a D's nuts in there.
It's just so funny.
It really is. It really is. So this isn't something that I've realized recently, although relatively recent in terms of like my lifespan. What are some things, or can you think of something that's like you learned or experienced for the first time like way later in life than most people, or you know, you think you should have? I'm
sure there are, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
The one that I thought about, and it took me like forever for me to actually like finally see it, but like if someone that has a baby is like, "Oh my gosh, don't they look just like, you know, Gary?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, haha, they look just like him. I can totally see that." I was probably like north of 30 by the time I finally saw a child who I actually saw a resemblance to one of their parents.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and it was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, I actually do see it. This infant can look like one of their parents." But yeah, up until then I would just nod and pretend like I saw it.
Well, because most babies just look like raw, uncooked dough.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Man, speaking of raw uncooked dough, where the fuck were you when I did Captain's Kitchen Live?
Yeah, sorry, I got a little tied up. That is my B.
I don't need to know about your sex life, Mike.
Yeah. Sorry. I got tied up. Wink.
Man, you
wink.
missed it. It was a good time.
Yeah, how did it go?
It was good. The mochi didn't turn out great, but I feel like it was okay for first try. The pork turned out fantastic. That was really good.
Nice.
And it all worked really well. One of my big fears whenever I do like new styles of streams is that like something's gonna get fucked up and it's just gonna be like a disaster. But I made sure to do my research and due diligence to make sure I had everything I needed ahead of time, and it all worked out fantastic.
Nice. Do you have are there any videos of that up currently?
I mean, the VOD is still available, and it'll eventually be available on my VOD channel.
Okay. So the entire video is available?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go check it out. Yeah, I saw that you were I got like the Twitch notification that you were streaming, and I didn't think about it. I didn't remember that you were doing Twink by the Sink, and so I was like, all right, well, I'll check back in like a couple hours. And then then by that point I had gotten kind of busy, and I was like, oh fuck, I should check in. And I remembered it was you were doing the live Captain's Kitchen, and I was like, well fuck, now it's too late. And I missed it, and I'm the worst.
Kind of. You're not going to be able to see another one until next month.
Damn. Well, did you have good response?
Yeah, I mean, there was times that I was worried that it was, not entertaining enough, because the thing I was anxious about to begin with, just those down times with cooking where you're just kind of standing there waiting for something to do its thing, and I expressed that I was hoping it wasn't too boring, and everybody was very supportive. It was just like, I'm having a blast. This is awesome. This is exactly what I was hoping for. And it had great viewership, so it was all around a pretty good time.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. So you said it's available on your VOD channel. Is that through Twitch?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's it's not up on the VOD channel yet. It won't be until next week, but it's still available it's like on my Twitch. You can still watch the VOD that hasn't been uploaded to YouTube yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go on and check that out. Probably later tonight, because I got a little bit of time to kill. Man, this is
it's 3 hours long, so
yeah. Maybe just have it on in the background and do whatever. Man, this has been a crazy quick week for me. I don't know about you, but like, I think part of it, just with us recording on a different day of the week than normal, has like really thrown my week off. Like, I can't believe tomorrow's Friday already.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm in the same boat with you.
Yeah. And like, I kept thinking yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah, it was just like, it was all sorts of a weird week this week. But it went by super quick, which I guess is good, but yeah, I don't know. It's amazing how like one little change in your routine throws you off that much, but
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, did we mention that our girl Crystal is completely caught up now?
Yeah, she. You guys may remember a couple episodes ago we told her, like, when you reach this episode, like, text us and be like, oh, I can't believe you said that, and she ended up catching up so fast that I totally remembered what she was talking about. Unfortunately,
I know, I know. She sent me the same thing, and I had pretty much the same response. I was like, damn it, I didn't think you were gonna catch up nearly that quick. She was like 20 some episodes behind, and she got caught up in like a week.
Did she actually listen to every episode, or she just kind of skip some of the middle ones and listen to the most recent? That's what I don't know.
I think she listened to at least most of them, because she would like bring stuff up to me and I would be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then she'd be like, wait, Mack moved? And I was like, yeah, that was like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I've been here a while now.
Yeah. Yeah. It is kind of crazy to think how long we've been doing this remote, though.
Yeah, I know. It's a really good chunk of the process of the podcast at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still like it just feels weird that like I have been moved as long as I have, because like you know, like I talked about in my road trip video, like that time period of me moving, you know, it was a quick turnaround. You know, it was about a month and a half between me getting the job and then like landing in Oregon. And it was such like a stress-filled time where there was so much to do. There was so much for me to like take care of. Somewhat like, you know, I was like desperately trying to find a job, or not a job, like a somewhere to live and like all this stuff. And like, here we are, and I've been here since the beginning of November. It's been like 3 months since I moved here, and like it's just crazy to think that like all of that stress and anxiety and all of that like shit going down is so far behind me now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Damn. Yeah, it really does not seem like it's been that long.
Not at all.
Yeah. I know, I was thinking about it the other day, just how, like, I don't know how I managed to squeeze out that much time every Tuesday for us to record at that time. Like, there's no way I'd be able to do that now. Like, I've picked up so much in the time, like, since you left. Like, I've gotten so much busier that we would have had to work out something else. So timing wise, this actually works out perfect.
Yeah. And it's nice for me because like for me, nothing's really changed since, you know, the time difference makes it so I'm still just doing this right after work, and it's still early in the day for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got it. It's a good time for me to do it because, you know, I have time. Even if I work a long day, I'm still home and have time to like, you know, whatever, relax for an hour or two, get something to eat, or, you know, get ready to eat as soon as I'm done or whatever. But yeah, I like having like that little bit of time after work, and then still we get done early enough that the night's not completely killed. It's only, you know, 7 o'clock or whatever time it is when we finish up. So yeah, the timing works out good for me too. So
Yeah, I've got a bunch of work I want to take care of after we're done recording today.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've been working for a couple months now. So I'll preface this by saying I've been wanting to do a video on this manga series called Chainsaw Man for a really long time. Because it's one of my favorite manga ever written. It's really, really good. But like the problem is that it's like it's so well written and everything ties together in such like an interconnected way that I could never talk about just one aspect of the story without talking about like the entire story. So every time I tried to write a video on it, it would just be like super long. And so finally I just decided I'm gonna write this video. I'm gonna just write whatever I want to say about it. And I don't care if it ends up being super long. You know, I'll figure out as I go what I really want to talk about, and I'll cut it down from there. And so like legitimately for pretty much the past 2 months, I've been writing this script, and I finally got it done just the other day, and it is 33 pages long.
Okay, how is that in comparison to like the other scripts you've done?
So the road trip video, which was an hour-long video, was only 10 pages long.
Okay.
So in its current state, that script will make a 3-hour-long video. Now, like I said, this is like a rough draft of a script. Since I've finished writing the script, I figured out like what my greater purpose with this video is. And my plan is to cut it down quite a bit from there. But that's what I'm going to be working on tonight, is like reading through the script from beginning to end and figuring out what I'm able to cut back on or get rid of entirely to make that video shorter. It's definitely still going to be a longer video, but right now, I want to cut down what I estimate to be 3 hours and some change to like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay. Nice.
So that's my hope. I honestly, I have no ETA for this video. Some of the stuff I want to do with it is going to require so much more editing work than I normally have to do. So, I cannot give any promises to people who are interested on when that will be ready. But like, all that's just to say, like, I've been working really hard on this video. Like pretty much any downtime I have, I've been working on the script. So I'm hoping to like get it out before too long.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I always look forward to new videos. You've been you've been killing it with all your your video essays, so I'm excited for another one.
Yeah, and it keeps feeling like I don't know, like, and I don't want to talk myself up too much and sound like I'm like overconfident or like an asshole or whatever, but it really feels like with each new one, like I take it to the next level.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Like when I look back on my history, it's like my first video essay, the Death Stranding one, is like it's so weak. It's so weak compared to like the newer ones. And at the time I was super proud of it, and I had every right to be, because it was something I'd never done before, and it still worked out really well in its own right. But like my ability to like perform a script, my ability to like edit like certain parts, my ability to like, especially like my delivery of certain parts to, make it more impactful has improved so much. And like, it's just like each new one is its own beast that is better than the last. And I love that feeling. I love being able to improve that much with each new release. They may be, I mean, it's like you said before, they may be really far apart in terms of like how long it takes me to make the videos. Which I don't like. I wish I could get them out faster, but I'm very happy that each one is such an improvement on the last.
I gotcha. Right on. You're like I said, you're doing a good job. So take your time. Just keep it up.
Yeah, I plan to. I mean, I've talked about it on stream too, and it's like I won't disclose any of my goals for this year publicly, because I don't want like the pressure of other people knowing what my goals are, essentially. But like,
right.
I've got big goals for both my YouTube channel and my Twitch this year, and like, for Twitch, like a big part of that was buying that switcher and making stuff like Captain's Kitchen Live more possible. And for my videos, like, I've got this like huge video I want to get done, and I'm going to make it as good as it can be. But after that, I've got a bunch of other ideas that I want to get to that are going to be hopefully much quicker. And my hope is I'll get a lot more videos out this year than last year.
Nice. Well, keep it up. Make that happen.
I'll do my best.
You do you, Mackie. Cappy Mackie.
That's me. I'm that guy. I'm the shit. I don't know why, but I'm the shit.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. I remember that.
I love that line. I keep repeating it.
I'm the shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, that whole song is gold, but like that line in particular, there's like two lines of his like crazy rant that really get me. There's that one. I'm that guy. I'm the shit. I don't know why, but I'm the shit.
Uh-huh.
And then my absolute favorite is like I take a piss because I'm the shit. I can fart on it. I'm the shit.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
Nice. So I thought of a question the other day, and I don't actually have a great answer to it. I have an answer, but I think this is one that we could keep coming back to, because I think it's one where the more you think about it, you're gonna keep thinking there's a million possibilities. But who's like a movie or like TV villain that you're like, I'm kind of on their side. Like, I'm with them. I feel bad for them.
Ooh. I can't think of any off the top of my head. What about you? Maybe I'll come up with something while you talk.
So I was trying to think, and I was like racking my brain, and I couldn't really come up with anything. And the first thing I thought of, and this isn't a villain, but as a kid, my favorite character on Sesame Street was Oscar the Grouch. Which I think,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely my favorite. Which, I mean, I guess if you're going to have a villain on Sesame Street, I guess it was kind of Oscar. But then I also thought about Dennis the Menace. And I feel bad for that poor Mr. Wilson. Man.
I don't honestly remember it well enough to comment on this.
Oh, man. He was just trying to like water his lawn and keep his roses looking good. And there was Dennis always making trouble, always screwing his shit up.
I mean, I feel like Dennis is the antagonist, isn't he? Like, he's not the villain. I mean, like this Mr. Wilson guy isn't the villain, right?
No, but I mean, it's from like the kid's perspective. It's basically from like, it's supposed to get you the idea that you want Dennis to get away with whatever kind of trouble he's getting himself into. So,
I see.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, join us next week when we deep dive Dennis the Menace.
I mean, really, all I can think of are like there's a couple villains in One Piece who like Oda has Oda Eiichiro, the author of One Piece, is like famously known for doing this thing where he builds up like a villain that you just absolutely hate. And then right before they get defeated, he'll like stop to give them a really fucking horrifying backstory. And by the end of it, you're like, they're not actually that bad. They're just a victim of circumstance.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's who I think of. Cause it's like there's one who fucking kills me every time. And this guy's like a big meme in the One Piece community. His name is Senor Pink, which is already a hilarious name. But this guy is hilarious. He's like a full grown man who dresses like a baby.
Okay.
And yeah, like you hear that and you're like, oh, that's so fucking weird. What's up with this guy? But then like right before he gets knocked the fuck out, it like cuts away to his backstory. And like, it's this whole thing where like, so this guy's, he's involved with crime and he meets this woman who he absolutely loves, but she hates criminals and pirates. And so he lies to her and like doesn't ever tell her that he's a pirate, and they get married and they have a kid, and then the kid dies from a sickness while he's away doing like crime shit. She finds out that he's been a pirate the whole time. Then she like runs away and she gets caught in a landslide and she ends up in the hospital like straight up brain dead. And the only way he can get her to like react to him at all is to like dress up like their dead son. And so,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like this whole fuck thing where it's like, oh, you're laughing at him for dressing like a baby, but he just wanted to make his wife happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah. So that's all I can think of. Oda loves to write characters like that where like at the end of it you're like, oh shit, I can't even hate this. This guy's got a pretty valid reason.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that one jotted down in my notes and come back to that, because you're always like either seeing like a new movie or a new show or something and being introduced to new characters, or you'll see something you've seen a million times and you never think about it, how you like kind of side with the villain. So
I mean, at the end of the day, Breaking Bad for sure is like, Breaking Bad follows, Walt, who is straight up not a good dude a lot of the time. He does a lot of terrible, awful things, but you're rooting for him. You don't want him to get caught by the police. You want him to be able to continue supplying the biggest meth chain in the Southwest,
Right. Well,
like Walter White is without a doubt a villain character, but you're with him. the whole way.
Well, I guess Barney Stinson kind of falls into that category too. Like
He kind of does.
Like
You're like, hell yeah, Barney. Sleep with that 200th girl to get back at your middle school bully.
Right, because somehow that's gonna make you feel better.
Right.
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, Barney is kind of that character. Although he does play the role of a friend, but friend is a little loose in Barney's case.
Yeah, he's just not a very good one.
Yeah. Oh God.
I was, man, I like, after watching How I Met Your Father, I've been rewatching How I Met Your Mother because of that. And like, oh dude, you know what they played off brilliantly too?
Huh.
The whole thing with like Marshall and Lily's breakup when Barney keeps stealing all of Marshall's girls. And then it gets revealed like a season or two later that the whole time it was because he wanted them to get back together. He wasn't just being a dick towards Marshall.
Right. Yeah, that's one good.
And it's like I fully would have believed that Barney was just straight stealing all his girls, but no, he just wanted them to be back together. He didn't want Marshall to do something he'd regret.
Right? It's one of those times where like you see that little glimpse of Barney being like a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Barney being a real person trying to help him out. I love how they kept really good continuity throughout the show. Like enough to like circle back on things like that.
Yeah, they really did. Like I have not rewatched it in a long time, and like rewatching it now, like they brought back a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like shit, they teased the goat story for like 3 seasons before it happened.
I know. Yeah, and the pineapple incident. That was like either season 1 or season 2, and we don't find out what happened with that until like either the last season or maybe it's the season before.
Yeah.
They kept that joke going like a good like 6 to 8 years. Yeah. So that plays into your feelings on How I Met Your Father and their decision to just ignore the fact that COVID exists. They're gonna have to they're gonna handcuff themselves now with their continuity. You can't just jump back into it.
Yeah, they can never make the pop culture references in regards to the coronavirus, like anything related to it ever.
No.
Even like if this show manages to get more than 2 seasons, you know, if this once we're long past the virus, they cannot ever have like flashback scenes or like, hey, remember like during the coronavirus when you did blah 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 blah, and it's like, nope, because you already established that never happened.
Right. Yeah.
Man, I have not watched a single episode more of that show because every time I'm like, maybe I should just so I can talk about it, I just want to watch How I Met Your Mother instead.
Good, as you should. How I Met Your Mother's a fantastic show.
Yeah, but it's really funny to shit on bad things.
Yeah, it is. I will give you that. That is a fun time. I've been watching some of The Office recently. I've caught a bunch of reruns that just happen to be on, and that's been fun again. It's been a while since I've done like a good watching of The Office, so bringing back all.
I have not watched it since it went off Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know. It's on like, I don't know, TBS or Nickelodeon or something. I don't know. It's on some channel that I get, so I watch it. There's one that I'm going to check out on Netflix, maybe tonight, actually. Have you ever seen a show called, I want to say it's Murderville?
No.
Okay. I was just curious if you had seen it. It got recommended to me, and it actually sounds like something I might want to watch. I think it's about like a guy, a detective who's solving crimes, and he like brings in like celebrities to help him solve crimes or something. I don't know. It's supposed to be really funny, so I guess I'll give it a shot.
Interesting. I so like I remember talking about this on the podcast at some point. I was watching Hannibal for a bit, but I stopped watching it because Sean expressed interest in it, and I was like, okay, we can watch it together. But then we never ended up watching it together. So I gotta watch that. I gotta like get back into that show because I was really enjoying that.
Nice. That's the one with Mads Mikkelsen,
Yeah.
who apparently plays a cannibal in multiple things.
Yeah, he plays Hannibal Lecter. I almost said Hannibal Buress, but that would be a very awkward role for him to play.
I don't even know who that is.
Hannibal Buress is my fucking profile picture, Mike. Come on.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, are you watching anything right now, or are you just busy into your videos?
Oh boy, watching a lot of porn, but let's not talk about that. No, I've just been watching How I Met Your Mother whenever I get some downtime when I'm not working on scripts or something like that. I can't watch anything in the background. Like I can watch stuff in the background while I edit, but I can't watch stuff in the background while I work on a script because I gotta focus.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
So I really haven't had time to watch anything.
Right on. Yeah, I've just been catching up on some office reruns, but yeah. Oh, and just checking out the usual the YouTube channels. I saw our buddy Rue came out with another episode. He rated the movie Gremlins, which I really like that movie, so I definitely had to make sure to check that one out.
I watched part of that. I have not finished it yet.
Right on.
I just was busy, so I haven't finished it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I might start, and who knows, maybe even finish Murderville tonight. I think it's only like 6 half-hour episodes or something like that. So if it's good, I might just roll with it for the next 3 hours and jerk off and go to bed.
Sick, dude.
Right? Sounds like a pretty good night.
I totally forgot to mention that I finished Sekiro.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's hear about it.
So Sekiro is a really interesting game. Because it's really like a big black sheep in terms of From Software's library of games.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, and I don't want to get too deep into this because it's going to take like way too long to explain. But like when it comes to the From Software games, a lot of it is very RPG-esque. Like you can choose your equipment, you can choose whether or not you want to use like a long sword or like a giant hammer or like a rapier or a bow, or use magic. And like same thing with Bloodborne, like there's all these different kinds of weapons and like all kinds of different ways to approach a situation. And it really allows you to kind of like, if you're stuck with something, if you're stuck on a part of a game, you can choose to like try a different kind of equipment or something, or grind out some extra levels to like really help you out. Sekiro doesn't do that at all. Sekiro, like they give you a sword and they say, this is your weapon. Beat the game with this. If you can't beat the game with this, you aren't good enough.
Ouch.
It really expects you to play a certain way. And my friend, our good friend Kyle, Kanan, our good friend Kanan does not like the game for that. But I actually do like the game for that, because the interesting thing is that by expecting that by knowing that the player is going to have to play the game in a certain way to win, they were able to design boss encounters that were just really well done. Like the combat in that game is like the most refined of any, because they knew they could expect you to be playing a certain way.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I'll say about it for now. I really enjoyed Sekiro. I thought it was really fucking solid. I already started my second playthrough to collect footage for the video I'm inevitably going to do, and it's just a really good game. It feels really good to play.
Nice. How many do you have left in the series?
I have 2 left. I have Demon's Souls, which I just started on Wednesday. And then I have Elden Ring, which actually comes out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It isn't even out yet, but it'll be out, and I'll have to avoid spoilers for the next like month or two while I beat Demon's Souls, and then I'll play Elden Ring, and I'll have beat all of them.
Nice. That'll be cool. What's on tap after you manage that?
So after that, I'm gonna start playing through the more famous Souls likes, games that were inspired by From Software in their work. Stuff like The Surge and The Surge 2, Neo and Neo 2, Code Vein, Mortal Shell. That's my plan after that. Start playing through Souls like games.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, it's been almost, oh man. It's been like 3 years since I started playing through the game, so it'll be interesting to finally have it done.
Nice. That'll be a big accomplishment.
It really will, because like those games are, they're so known for being so difficult, and I feel like there aren't a lot of people out there who can say they've beaten every single one, and I'll be able to say that.
Nice. I like it. You should update that on your LinkedIn profile.
Absolutely, I should.
You remember that Andre used to make the joke that he would update his LinkedIn every time he'd make a bail and change the number of bails that he had made.
I never heard that joke. That's great.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, my LinkedIn profile, it says made 257 bails. And then like he'd make another one. He's like, I need to go home and make my LinkedIn profile say 258.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah. That would be a really funny stat to keep track of.
Like I keep track of how many notebooks I go through.
Right. Yeah. Did you figure out which one you're on now?
Well, right now I just switched to my third one.
Okay.
Since I moved to my new store.
Okay. So you're going through about one a month then.
Yeah, I guess that's about right. I hadn't thought about it.
Okay. Nice. And you know what? If you get to notebook 99, then you just have to quit after that.
So far I've managed to like not stay at any job or a specific store for long enough to hit 20, and I kind of want to keep up with that.
Okay. Well, we'll see. That's only putting you at about 2 years.
Yeah, it is. And I hadn't thought about that. But, at the same time, I had started working at my current company more or less because I knew they had a reputation for letting people move across to different stores and get around across the country. And that was my goal. Be able to work there long enough that they'd be willing to move me cross country. And, now I've done that, so I can start looking for something else at some point. Of course, I'm not going to just quit right away. I feel like I owe my boss some time for, getting me the job in the first place. But
right.
Definitely, like, I don't intend to stay there forever, even though I do like my current job. There's always something better.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Nice. Everything's going good out there with the job?
Yeah. No, it's been good. I actually got a shout out at our morning meeting today for how good of a worker I am. So that felt nice.
Hell yeah. It's nice when a job actually appreciates you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when we didn't get that?
Oh yeah.
I wish.
I mean, like, and I don't want to get too deep into this subject, but the parent company definitely still does not appreciate and recognize their workers. I asked this question in an all-star meeting recently, and I got a very corporate response. You know, inflation is up at like record highs right now, and the base pay of our company and therefore my own pay has not increased at all. So, you know, where the amount of money that I'm making now is much higher than when I first started working there, and much higher than when I left World Market, my standard of living is lower than probably when I was working at World Market at the moment because of the current inflation problems. So, you know, I would hope to see that
I gotcha.
in due time they'll increase our pay across the board. But
yeah, that would be nice.
Who knows? Who knows? Because it's such a big company that doing such a thing is a very costly endeavor. And that's the excuse they'll use, but it isn't a fair one because they're increasing the prices that they're charging customers. So they're making enough money to do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But, you know, like I've been driving past like fast food restaurants that are offering higher base pay than the store I work at currently. And it's still not more than I make because I'm, you know, higher up the chain.
Right.
But it's representative of what the company needs to do, and they aren't doing it at the moment.
Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. And to anyone else who's dealing with the same problem, you know, I hope you get what you deserve before too long.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be pretty common.
Yeah. But anyway, this has been Breakroom Nachos.
Save it for next week.
Save it for next week. Later, dicks.